Hi everyone and good morning. I hope you all are doing really great today. I'm doing great and I'm excited to talk with you. It is the end of our stories with the Frolic Friends. I know, sad, but we spent a really fun summer with them. With Hal the Hedgehog, Ava the Sheep, Rufus the Dog, Joe the Goat, Yuri the Dove. It was a great summer together. But we are still going to talk about some animals today. At the end of the year with our Frolic Friends, every year we revisit the story of creation. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and it is a great morning to appreciate it all together. When we talk about creation, we are talking about how life on Earth began, how we got life, how we got elephants, squirrels, manta rays, dung beetles, goats, dogs, doves, anacondas, and humans. Me and you. Lots of people have lots of ideas about how life began on Earth, but most scientists agree on a theory. Studies of ancient rocks have shown that life on Earth began about 3,800 million years ago. A really long time ago. At that time, Earth was kind of a scary place. The air was dense and poisonous. Comets and meteorites were raining down on the planet. The Earth, in its young little state, was full of water with very little dry land. So most scientists think that life began in these lakes and oceans. Many of the ingredients from which life started may have been brought by all those comets and meteorites hitting the land. So, all of these ingredients cooked in these pools of water, kind of like life soup. And these chemical ingredients worked together and suddenly began to grow and make copies of themselves. It's a little hard to understand, and I don't even understand it fully. But these growing and changing chemicals evolved and copied themselves into the first teeny tiniest little creatures. These very tiny life forms grew and changed and grew even more over millions and millions of years until we have the life that we see around us. We are going to read a story about these millions of years of evolving and changing and how that looked like from God's end. From God's end, it didn't feel like millions and millions of years. They talk about it in this story as 7 days. The Bible tells stories as a way for us to understand God. The men who wrote the Bible didn't have the same scientists or the same science and research that we have today. But they knew that God had given the earth the ingredients for life, and this is how they understood that life happened. Look, you can see the scary beginnings of the dense, poisonous air. On the first day of creation, the wind of God blew, whoosh, whoosh, swoosh. God said, "Let there be light," and crack, backle, boom, bang, there was light. God saw that the light was good and then split. God divided the light and darkness into day and night. On the second day, God said, "Let there be a sky." Pillow, billow, puff, there was a sky. God saw that the sky was good. On the third day, God said, "Let there be water and dry land." Drip, drop, kerplunk, there was water. Crackle, crunch, snap, there was dry land. God saw that the water and the land were good. Then God said, "Let there be plants and trees." Rumble, rustle, pop, there were plants and trees. God saw that the plants and trees were good. On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be sun and a moon and stars." Glimmer, shimmer, shine. There was a sun and a moon and thousands of stars. God saw that the sun and the moon and the stars were good. I love these illustrations. I think they're so pretty. On the fifth day, God said, "Let there be sea animals that swim and birds that fly." Wiggle, splash, splash, there were sea animals. Flutter, putter, tweet, there were birds. God saw that the sea animals and birds were good. On the 6th day, God said, "Let there be animals of every kind on earth, growl, prowl, snarl, snart." There were animals with fur, skitter, scatter, creep. There were bugs, slither, slink, hop. There were reptiles. God saw that the animals and bugs and reptiles were good. Then God said, "Let there be people on earth." Blink, wink, hiccup. There were people on the earth. God saw that the people were very good. On the 7th day, God said, "It is time to rest." Woo! Psh. Ah. God had created. All of creation rested. Look at all these animals. I see a parrot, a bear. Do you guys see the flamingo? Thank you for listening with me. My favorite part of that story is looking at those illustrations and thinking about God planning out all of the animals. How did he decide to make snakes so wiggly? And how did he make puppies so cute? What animal would you make if you were God and you got to decide how to make them? It's a really fun thing to talk about. But anyway, the animals that we do have are equally as cool and interesting. And I want to share some of my favorite animal facts. 1. Adult pandas spend up to 12 hours a day eating. They eat their entire day. I think that sounds awesome. 2. Sea otters like to hold hands with each other while they sleep. They sleep in the water on their backs, so if they hold hands with each other, they don't float away while they sleep. Can you imagine being a sea otter, sleeping on your back and waking up and you're in an entire different river? If they hold hands, they stay together. And then my last fact, butterflies taste with their feet. Can you taste with your feet? Have you ever tried? Next time at dinner, you should put your feet in a plate and see. I'm sure your parents will really love it. I am kidding, do not do that. But I like those animal facts because they remind me of how cool the creation around us is. God gave us a beautiful, interesting, wacky world, and it's our job to be kind to it. So, to say goodbye, let's say a prayer together and thank God for creation. Prayer hands. Dear God, thank you for this beautiful world, for the life soup that gave us butterflies, elephants, pandas, snakes, and me. Thank you for this beautiful life. Amen. And thank you guys for listening to me, talking with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.